Welcome to Anchored in Paradise. This time we're splitting our attention, quite literally. First, we dive into Split, a city where history echoes through ancient stone and the sea feels like part of everyday life. Urban beaches, buzzing streets, and a rhythm that never really stops. Then we set our sights on Brač, where nature, elegance, and raw Dalmatian charm collide. From world-famous Zlatni Rat to quiet coves where time slows down, but judgment doesn't. So hoist the sails, check your charts, and join us. Split is not a postcard. It's a living, breathing organism, messy, magnetic, and full of contrasts. Built inside a Roman palace, shaped by centuries of change, stretched along the sea like a sun-soaked amphitheater. Here, emperors once ruled. The Riva isn't a promenade, it's a stage. Locals pass through like they own it, because they do. This is Split, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. Well, look who's making an entrance. Capes, shields, and just the right amount of attitude. Every day at noon, Split hits rewind, and the emperor shows up right on cue.
Ave! Carissimi hospites, gratules mihi quod possu vos humaniter salutare, atque accipere in palatium meum, una quod populo et exercitum. Carissimi hospites, intrare, porta palatii aperta est. In other words, welcome! Ave! Ave! Ave!
It's bold, it's loud, and honestly, it's a show worth watching. Time to let history take the spotlight.
It's almost 20th anniversary since the first change of guard. Every day at noon, me and my soldiers came out and I salute to the people. Every year, thousands of people come back here to Split so they can see this beautiful change of guard. They can enjoy the whole city, they can walk around. There is my basements down there, mausoleum, the cathedral. My beautiful wife Priska is every day with me, so it's easier to come out to all that people with beautiful wife by my side. 20 soldiers every day come out with me and we salute to the people.
He didn't rule for long, but Diocletian left a legacy that never really faded. His palace became a city, his story a tradition. And now he returns each day, not to command, but to remind. Some places preserve history. Split brings it to life. Beneath the cliffs of Marian Hill, this beach sits quietly at the edge of the city, close enough to reach by bike, far enough to feel like you've escaped. Pebbles underfoot, pine trees swaying overhead, and that signature curve of the bay, just enough to cradle you from the wind. It's not hidden. In fact, it's well known, but somehow it still feels like a local secret. There's a beach bar, of course, with cocktails, music, and everything you need, or didn't know you needed. If your wallet feels lighter after a mojito and a daybed, just remind yourself you're not paying for the drink, you're paying for the view. And maybe the feeling of being exactly where you want to be. Kashiuni scores a solid 8.2. Not for being perfect, but for doing so many things right without ever trying too hard. The balance between nature and service, calm and energy, is rare this close to a city. On the eastern slope of Marian, just below the winding coastal road, Obojena quietly holds its ground. It's not the largest beach in Split, nor the most talked about, but it knows exactly what it offers, and it delivers it with confidence. Smooth pebbles underfoot, a quick descent into the deep, refreshing water, and a clear line of sight across the Adriatic that feels almost cinematic in the midday sun. The sun at noon is unforgiving. Shadows disappear, the stones radiate heat, and the sea turns a sharp, vivid blue and green that draws you in like a magnet. And yet, there's a calmness in that intensity, a rhythm to it all that doesn't need to be explained. Obojena earns a strong 8.2, not because it tries to impress, but because it stays true to what it is. A small urban beach with real water, real light, and a setting that doesn't need accessories to be memorable. There's no curated charm here, no staged ambiance, just a clean, stripped-down pleasure of diving into the Adriatic and leaning back against a warm stone. Some places treat food like fuel, others treat it like art. But here, it's more like storytelling, plated with precision and just the right amount of humor.
So we have like names like Ragu Against the Machine, Risotto, Smoke on the Water, then Cheek to Cheek, Wicked Tuna, and so on. Yeah. Point of the restaurant is like we use like traditional cuisine from here, the groceries, but with the modern twist. So we like to give it like a funky note, you know. The names and everything, how it looks on the plate and presentation, it's very important to us.
From wordplay to plating, it's clear nothing on this menu is accidental. But when it comes to the mains, it's Anna's turn.
For the main course, we prepare something that it's been, I think, more than 8 years on our menu. It's a risotto with smoked prawns and clams with a creamy grana padano cheese on the top. So once you mix that all in, it's very, very delicious. Second one would be Ballad of the Salted Sea. It's a homemade pasta. The same colleague that is making that fabulous bread is making all of our pasta, gnocchis, and desserts as well. The sauce is made out of the blue crab. You have pieces of prawns and scallop tartar on the top. So again, once you twist a little bit of that pasta, it's delicious.
Smoked prawns, blue crab, scallop tartare, even monkfish cheeks. Everything sounds like it came off a rock tour, not a grocery list. It's comfort food for the curious, and you want to try more than one. For years, Znjan was a beach with potential, loved by locals, but missing structure. Now it's finally getting the attention it deserves. Split's largest coastal zone is being reimagined not just as a beach, but as a true urban space, with sports courts, playgrounds, shaded walkways, cafes, and even an amphitheater. But more than anything, this project is about daily life for everyone.
What we also plan to do is to organize the life here on the beach of Znjan in a way that would be cozy throughout the year, throughout the 12 months that we have, not only for the summer and not only for the tourists, but also for the inhabitants and the citizens of the city of Split and the nearby regions.
The new Znjan isn't just a beach, it's a fully reimagined coastal zone designed for daily life. What was once a neglected stretch of coastline is now becoming exactly what it was meant to be: Split's living room by the sea. This is where concrete meets coastline and where the city finally decided to think big. Clean pebbles cover most of the shore, with long stretches of concrete terraces offering sunbathers plenty of room to stretch out. There's a space for everyone here, from families with strollers to teenagers with speakers, morning swimmers to sunset walkers. The water is calm and inviting, and the entry, though man-made, feels practical and safe. There's always movement: bikes, dogs, coffee in hand, someone throwing a ball. And with the new promenade, shade zones and playgrounds, Znjan has become much more than a place to take a dip. Final score, 8.4. Not because it's charming, but because it works. Znjan delivers on what it promises: access, scale, and a vision for the future. This is the heart of Split, not the polished new one, but the lived-in, sun-faded, sea-splashed original. Ovčice, Bačvice, Firule. 3 beaches lined up like chapters in a story most locals know by heart. Sandy, concrete, narrow, open, imperfect, but loved. They're not about aesthetics, they're about ritual. Bačvice, with its iconic sandy bottom, is where Pizzigin was born, a game, a dance, a cultural symbol. Ovčice is quieter, more compact, a kind of neighborhood terrace by the sea. Firule, tucked on the far end, offers a bit more shade, a bit less noise, the kind of place where time slows down just enough to notice it. Together, they earn a score of 7.8, because what they lack in polish, they make up for in memory, identity, and soul. These beaches don't chase trends. They hold on to something else: belonging. Just a short sail from the islands and steps away from the heart of Split lies one of the most strategic and most scenic marinas on the Adriatic. ACI Marina Split is where tradition meets transformation. With 318 berths and full-year operation, it welcomes everything from sleek sailing yachts to 90-meter super yachts. Protected by a solid breakwater, it feels calm even when the open sea isn't. Inside, you'll find everything you need: secure parking, boat maintenance, clean showers, EV chargers, fast Wi-Fi, and even a Tesla destination station. And thanks to the marina's blue flag and green initiatives, it's a place where sustainability anchors modern yachting. At night, the city hums behind your stern. Restaurants, music, and Mediterranean energy just minutes away. For a night, a season, or a full Adriatic route, ACI Marina Split is where the journey becomes part of the destination. It's a connection to culture, to comfort, and to Croatia's most vibrant coastal city. something quietly magnetic about BOL. It's not the flashiest nor the largest town on Brač, but few places leave such a lasting impression. Stone alleys wind through the old town, where lavender, rosemary, and sea salt linger in the air. The harbor is lively but never chaotic, welcoming sailors, artists, families, and digital escapees alike. But BOL is more than just atmosphere. It's a community with character, a place where tradition and tourism don't collide, they collaborate, and where you might just find yourself slowing down long enough to feel truly present. If you sail into BOL and lift your eyes eastward, you'll notice a serene white silhouette rising from a rocky peninsula. It's not a hotel. It's not a fortress. It's something far more timeless. This is the Dominican monastery of BOL, founded back in 1475, perched above the sea on ancient Christian foundations. Surrounded by silence and cypress trees, it feels more like a retreat than a monument. The aerial view reveals its hidden geometry. Stone walls wrapped in greenery, overlooking the channel like a patient guardian of time. And just behind those quiet walls lies one of the most beautiful monastery gardens in Dalmatia, carefully maintained with views that stretch from olive groves to the open sea. Inside the monastery is a museum that surprises. Room by room, it unfolds. Rare glagolitic manuscripts, intricate votive jewelry donated by locals, ancient coins, liturgical robes, and underwater archaeological finds from Brač's seabed. Just next to the Dominican monastery unfolds one of the most picturesque and tranquil beaches on Brač, Martinica. From the air, it's a symphony of contrasts. White pebbles, deep greens of pine and cypress, and shimmering blue waters. This beach isn't large, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in character. There's something undeniably peaceful about it, a feeling that you've stepped into a place where time slows down. Locals and returning visitors come here for that exact reason. There's no loud music, no flashy infrastructure, just clear water, natural shade, and a setting that looks like it belongs in a painting. Families appreciate the gentle slope into the sea, while swimmers enjoy the clarity and calmness. And for those seeking atmosphere, there's something poetic in lying under a pine tree just meters from the ancient monastery walls. Facilities are subtle but functional. You'll find showers, a beach bar, and nearby paths leading to the town center. It's well kept, feels authentic, and even at the peak of summer, never feels overcrowded. So why the final score of 8.6 out of 10? Because Martinica blends aesthetics, peace, and practicality in a way that few city beaches manage. It may not have fancy beach clubs or wide promenades, but it doesn't need them. What it offers is a kind of quiet perfection, and that, in a place like BOL, is worth celebrating. Not far from BOL, but far enough from the crowds, lies Murvica, a beach that feels like a reward for those who seek silence and authenticity. Tucked beneath steep cliffs and shaded by pine trees, Murvica isn't flashy, and that's exactly why people fall in love with it. The water is crystal clear, the pebbles white, and the atmosphere completely unspoiled. It's the kind of place where you leave your phone in the bag and just breathe. Despite being a natural beach, Murvica still offers a good level of comfort. There's some natural shade, the seabed is smooth and swimmable, and the whole area feels safe and clean. You might spot kayakers, snorkelers, or couples quietly reading under the trees. So how did we land on a final score of 8.6 out of 10? Because Murvica delivers something rare, a natural, authentic Adriatic experience with zero distractions. It's not for everyone, but that's precisely the point. And for those who get it, it's a slice of paradise. Sometimes all you want is a simple place by the sea. No flash, no fuss. Just the sound of waves, bit of shade, and something good on your plate.
If you're looking for the perfect spot to unwind by the sea, this is the place to be. The bar is located directly on the beach. Guests can rent sunbeds and umbrellas and enjoy by the sea, but it's not just about the view. Beach Bar also serves a variety of delicious food and refreshing drinks. Whether you come for a quick drink or a whole day of sun and fun, this spot won't disappoint. Now, for a few of our signature dishes, we'll show you who we are and what we offer, and we hope you'll find something that speaks to you. Gregada is traditional Dalmatian dish. To make good gregada, you need a few kilos of quality white fish. It is prepared on sauteed onions, and another key ingredient is potatoes.
Then there's brodet, a thick seafood stew enriched with prawns, tomatoes, and parsley. But one rule must never be broken. The pot is never stirred. Instead, it's gently shaken to keep the fish whole. This place won't disappoint. Come for a quick cocktail or spend the whole day stretched out in the sun. If you're already relaxing at Beach Bar, congratulations! You're standing on one of BOL's most convenient and easygoing beaches. This is the town beach, easily accessible, surprisingly charming, and more than just a quick swim stop. It's the kind of place where you can spend the whole afternoon without even planning to. The smooth pebbles underfoot, the clean, clear water, and the slow rhythm of the sea create a feeling of simple, effortless pleasure. There's a steady mix of locals and travelers here, some with beach towels, others just pausing for a coffee or a chat. Nobody's in a rush, and that's exactly the point. If you need shade, the pine trees just behind the beach are ready. If you want a cocktail, a snack, or just a cold drink, the bar is right there with its laid-back vibe and friendly service. And if you want nothing at all, just to lie back, watch the boats pass by, and breathe, this place delivers that too. Our final score is 8.6, and that says a lot. Because this beach does exactly what it should. It offers comfort, cleanliness, and a great atmosphere, all just steps from the heart of BOL. But of course, no beach story about BOL would be complete without this one. Zlatni Rat isn't just a beach. It's a postcard, a symbol, a natural phenomenon, and arguably one of the most iconic places on the entire Adriatic coast. A natural masterpiece shaped by tides and wind, stretching boldly into the Adriatic like a sculpture carved by the sea itself. It's not just famous, it's exceptional, and it fully deserves its outstanding final score of 9.4. Let's break it down. Whether you arrive by catamaran, tourist train, bike, or simply on foot from BOL's charming promenade, the experience is smooth and welcoming. Even when it's buzzing with visitors, the natural harmony of pine trees, crystal water, and white pebbles offers a sense of serenity. Clean, clear, and safe, with soft waves and perfect swimming conditions on both sides of the Cape. From well-integrated beach bars and water sports to showers and shaded rest zones, everything feels thoughtfully designed, not intrusive. You're paying for a premium experience, and you're getting one. Zlatni Rat isn't just a beach. It's a symbol, a place where nature and care meet in rare perfection. And it continues to set the standard for what a world-class beach should be. He came here from the flatlands of Slavonia and stayed for love. 20 years ago, Ivan Pfeiffer arrived on Brač as a seasonal worker. He fell for a local woman and for the rugged, sunlit beauty of olive trees. Together with her and her father, he planted over 280 trees on the southern slopes near BOL, between the sea and the mountains. Last year, during the olive harvest, tragedy struck. His wife fell ill and never returned from the hospital. The very next day, Ivan was called with the worst possible news. But before she left, she made one final request. Make the oil great. Let the world hear about it. And so he did. In the hardest moment of his life, Ivan and his father-in-law poured every ounce of love, loss, and memory into those olives. Pressed within hours of picking, their oil was sent, for the very first time, to the world's most prestigious competition in New York. It came back with gold. Sometimes success isn't about awards, it's about keeping a promise. And sometimes, on a small island like Brač, that promise can echo all the way across the ocean. In the deepest part of a long, calm bay on the western coast of Brač, ACI Marina Milna feels like a well-kept secret, known to skippers who value both protection and personality. With 148 berths, year-round access, and full range of services, from grocery store and wine shop to scooter rental and boat repairs, it's ready for everything from short stopovers to full-season mooring. And if you're traveling electric, you'll find Tesla chargers and eco-smart infrastructure throughout the marina. Need to refuel? The nearby fuel station and maintenance services have you covered. Want to unwind? You're steps away from island cafes, a diving center, and even ACI's own seaside apartments. Perfect if you want a night on land. Milna has earned the blue flag for environmental standards, but what really makes it stand out is atmosphere. Peaceful, authentic, and just far enough from the crowds. ACI Marina Milna. Simple, solid, and full of soul. Let's take a quick look at the current leaders. In the city beach category, BOL dominates. Both Noa Beach and Martinica score a solid 8.6, proving once again that this little town knows how to balance style and substance. Among the natural beaches, it's no surprise. Zlatni Rat takes the crown with a stunning 9.4. A true icon, still unmatched in beauty and maintenance. And for those sailing off the grid, Diocletian near Dubrovnik keeps its place as a peaceful retreat with a respectable 8.2. But things are heating up. Next time we'll head to Vis, one of Croatia's most intriguing islands. Wild bays, deep history, and a few surprises you won't want to miss. The leaderboard may never be the same again.